This is the Escape Podcast for Star Wars The Old Republic. 5.9.2a is live, and we're going to continue our sorcerer story in the core of Corellia. This broadcast, Astromech over here, is EPC 255. And playing alongside me is Seema. Hi, Seema. How's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty well. We had this week with Conquest was a multiple rampage week, which I always like. And it reminds me, I play mostly my Merc for all the group content that we do usually. But on heavy rampage weeks like this, I get to play my other forces and my other, classes because I'm doing, rampage after rampage. And it just reminds me how much I love the Sage or Sork DPS spec that's called Madness.
Yes.
The one where you have the dots and the death on the ground and that you put down, and it's just a lot of fun. And also, I play on my warrior too. I like Force Sleep. I think it works. The way you fly through the air with Force Sleep is just better than that kind of move for other classes and probably for any other game. So
Yeah, it makes
I
you want to
enjoy the
break every
rampages.
CC and pull all the mobs before the boss, before the tank gets there. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, yes, break all the CC. Um, One of the rampages was on Corellia, and Corellia, I'm not that familiar with because I pretty much finished up my class stories there, and I never go back there except for Conquest now. So I was just kind of running around looking for like groups of mobs that weren't strongs and golds because I just wanted to do it quickly, right? And I found a few places where there were little clumps of these thugs that were neutral, that yellow colored names that were really paper. They really had they were really easy and fun to kill.
Oh, really?
So I just kind of go in a loop. It's kind of, I mean, I don't think I found the perfect spot because it was kind of a long loop, and by the time I came all the way around again, I sometimes had to wait a little bit before they respawn, but it was fun for me. Anyway, I enjoyed that. MFN this week we did the Eyeless, and it was kind of epic because we made some mistakes and some people did die, and by the time we got to the end, it took a while because we it was one of those fights where we had time to do like 2 or 3 reses because it just took us a while because there were a few people on the ground. But everyone hung in there, and he I guess he doesn't have an enrage timer because he didn't enrage on us anyway. And even though it took a while, we did get him down. So, and then we went and did rampages after that, which is always fun with a big group.
Right.
So it was a fun night. How has your week been, Matt?
Good, good. So I was online part of that MFN night, but
Oh,
I
that's
was in
right.
an
Yeah.
airport and not even on the plane. I was supposed to already have been in my hotel. I had all my gaming stuff set up. I tested and have had Star Wars: The Old Republic set up on my Surface Book 2, and it runs really well. I think it will work just fine. I brought my gaming mouse and nice mouse pad, and I was gonna be all set up and ready to go and run. And I even loaded Discord on my my work laptop, um, and I was gonna be all ready to go. And I had 5 hours, 5.5 hours of delay from my flight. It was the eastbound flights. There was just a storm sitting between DC and Chicago where the plane was coming from. And if you have not used the app FlightAware, it's the best app for the sort of keeping you up to date on what's actually going on with the planes in your flight and your flight status. Because you can look at your flight status of what the airline is telling you that your new departure time is. And then there's a big button at the top that says, "Where is my plane now?" You click that button, and it shows you the plane that's coming to be your plane, where it is at this exact moment. So I could sit there and watch, and I wish I had. I I I wonder if I could have pulled it up if I had enough time to look at it even before I left my house. I left relatively early. I don't like getting there at the last minute, so I probably could have stayed at
Yeah.
home for 4 hours and not have had to sit in the airport because I could see, all right, well, the plane, it's going to take, an hour and 40 minutes to get here from DC, and it hasn't taken off. And now we're an hour later, and they're telling me it's gonna, we're gonna, the departure time is an hour from now, and the plane still hasn't taken off. I know better than the gate agent at that point when we're going to be taking off, and it's not in an hour, which is nice though, because then I know. So I made myself comfortable. I had a good spot, had good Wi-Fi, was able to do some work. I was able to get online. So it was as good as it could be for sitting in an airport for 5.5, 6 hours. But still, I missed MFN as a result of that.
That is too long to sit in an airport. I feel bad for you.
But I did get online eventually. I did a little bit on Tuesday. I did a little bit yesterday because then I was out of town for a little bit. I did get back. Mostly last night, I was killing raccoons. Did a little bit of rampage that way. I was catalyst camping. I do the catalyst camping when this round comes along, because I got home from the business trip. I just needed to do a couple things, to catch up on a couple things, read some emails, so I can keep Star Wars: The Old Republic up. And it's like a 3 or 4 minute timer as those champion mobs respawn to try to get the catalyst. I did not get it after probably 40 minutes of sitting there waiting for it to respawn and killing it again. I did not end up getting the catalyst, but I don't mind doing it that way if I've got other stuff to do. So what I recommend, if anyone is going to go after the catalyst, is to get a group, fill up a full group of 4 people, have each person spread out to one of those locations. So you're looking for the gold mobs that are champions that hang out. There's like the plague spreader and the fungus farmer, or whatever. They're like these weird named non-aggroing large Rakghoul champions. Everyone stands next to one. Everyone kills theirs, and if the catalyst, so each one of those has a rare chance of the catalyst spawning. So then, if the catalyst spawns, you tag it, you aggro it, so somebody doesn't come along and steal it. And then everyone else at each of the other locations that was waiting with you, you make sure not to kill it until everybody's in range. Everybody gets there and everybody gets credit. That's the way to do it. Because then you have 4 times.
Is that how you were doing it?
No, I was not. Although I tried to. Another group of people came up, and they were there. They killed the plague spreader that I had just logged in next to, and they invited me to the group. I think they might have been doing the heroic because I was in the heroic area, but I thought they were doing the catalyst because they were standing right there on the spawn spot. So I said, great, I will go to the other location around the corner. You guys wait here. Whichever one the catalyst spawns at, we'll do this thing. So I went around the corner. I got in position, and I said, oh, he's not here yet. And they kicked me from the group. So I don't know if they didn't understand what I was doing, or they were doing something else, or they were just oblivious, but they didn't get it.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
And then I whispered the guy, I'm like, oh, were you guys not going off the catalyst? And he said, sorry. Sorry what? Sorry you were and you kicked me? Sorry you weren't or you're just Canadian and you have no idea what I'm talking about? I don't know. Regardless, that's what I was doing. I'll probably do some more of that. I'll probably do some rampages. I will probably do some PvP because I'm about 12 of 20 on my weekly for PvP as well. So that's only 4 wins away because you get two for a win. I'll probably do some PvP because that's a good chunk of Conquest as well, because our guild is going after the largest target this week, and we've already locked it in. Locked and loaded. I bet we will get it because we are awesome.
Yes, I think so.
In fact.
And we're pretty close.
Oh, we're already. Oh, yeah, geez. 950,000. I mean, what do you guys... I'm out of it for a couple days and everybody gets delusions of grandeur.
Yeah, we're pretty close already.
So that's looking good, and that's what I'm going to do. Oh, there's a whole ton of news this week. Let's look into it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, an Imperial News Network report.
And there's no news.
Yeah, no news.
So 5.9.2a is live, And in order to fill up this new segment, I will read in detail all of the entire patch notes of 5.29.2a, because that's all we have in official news. There's a couple other smaller things if you're interested. There's a clarification on how Conquest timer works with the weeklies, because now you could be doing a weekly after the reset, but before timer starts. Go look at that if you care. It's nothing all that surprising.
I mean, it's always been the case that, you have to time it so that when you finish an activity, Conquest has started already. So don't finish anything before Conquest starts or after it ends, and you'll be fine.
Right. I mean, you would think that's obvious, and that's why we didn't even put it on the list to talk about, but apparently we are anyway.
Yes.
If you finished an objective and it's not time for Conquest, it doesn't count. Really? Wow, that's fascinating. Okay, anyway, 5.9.2a fixes on the Rishi Stronghold. Yes, that did happen. Oh, this was the good one. The cartel market image for Visa Mars armor set no longer showing the Mark Aragnos belt. I'm
so relieved.
I'm glad of that one. Despite the best efforts of the yellow team, the Novare Coast scoreboard now properly tracks the score for both teams. There must have been some sort of bug there, which I didn't notice, although I do play Novare Coast. Wins and losses are now properly tracked after all ranked matches. Again, it sounds like something bad was happening. I don't play much ranked, though, either. Dretcher's Droids in Chapter XIII, Profit and Plunder, will no longer reset. Okay, thank you. Corrected an issue with the veteran mode Gods from the Machine bosses were harder than intended. Veteran mode Gods from the Machine bosses were harder than intended. Corrected an issue where they were harder than intended. Were they really harder than intended? I thought they were supposed to be harder than intended. So here's something else.
They were supposed to be hard, but not harder than intended by definition.
But I thought they were supposed to be harder than, well, especially Isaac's was supposed to be harder than hard mode. I thought it was supposed to be.
Yes, but maybe it was harder than hard mode and then even harder.
Even harder.
So they had to reel it back to be harder than hard mode.
So there's a conspiracy theory.
They went to 11.
Yeah.
No, it's not a conspiracy
No, there's
theory.
something else. I don't know if you heard this
they
this week.
It.
There's people have been like hunting around and seeing something. I think something slipped in some of the achievement or the reset notifications where it looked like there could be something around Nightmare Gods from the Machines happening, or it was bugs and it wasn't meant to be happening. But you do an update like this where you're correcting veteran mode and you're tuning it back down a little bit. I don't know. That maybe that's in my mind is lending a little more credence.
I'm on board with that rumor.
So let's.
You mean not for us, but for other players.
Where's the online? Where can I look at my lockouts? I would look in L. Codex? No. Where do you see lockouts? G? No. O. Oh no. Group Finder. Lockouts. So somebody said Group Finder lockouts. Yeah, there's Nightmare mode little icons next to all of the bosses for Gods from the Machine, which it could just be they were just thrown in there, or so this is what some of the speculation is based on right here. So Gods from the Machine, Nightmare. There's a little Nightmare lockout icon.
I say we run with it.
We are announcing Matt Pusevich is now creating Nightmare mode. At this moment, he is creating Nightmare mode Gods from the Machine. Matt, if you have not done that yet, you can put that on your to-do list for tomorrow. If you could knock that out, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come in on Saturday. And,
yes.
Okay, back to the notes, which are riveting. Players will no longer experience intermittent slowdowns while in a stronghold. They'll just be slowed down the whole time. It will no longer be intermittent.
Oh my God, Max.
Using very
This is actually the big part of the patch, right?
yeah, this was the big thing, right? So this allowed them to turn back on line of sight collision detection, which is what they wanted, so that you could arrange decorations, a lot of decorations in creative ways to create those arenas for PvP in the two arenas inside the Rishi Stronghold. Whatever they,
I'm glad they got them turned back on.
yeah,
For
yeah, whatever. There was a bug. It worked, but it was also causing a lot of lag inside the stronghold. Like whatever math, whatever ray tracing was going on to get that line of sight working broke something else, and that's the part that they had to fix. Using various quick travel abilities will no longer randomly kill players, but will kill your companion still. And various character unlocks have been added back into the cartel market and will now display their appropriate price instead of true. I like true as a price.
yes, yes, yes.
How much?
True.
How much is
It
this
does
unlock?
I do have
True.
True.
But how much does it cost? True.
That reminds me of how long does a snail sleep? 3.
3. Yes. What about? I heard Marcus said there's not much going on in guild news. I think we can just gloss over that.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think there's anything going on this week.
Is he in chat?
that
'Cause
Marcus
now
would-
he's gonna have a conniption.
Yeah. Actually, this is Thursday. We're recording. Tomorrow night, Friday night, is our August mega that Marcus is putting on. It's called Revenge of the Huts. It's going to take place in our Rishi stronghold. Everyone's invited. It's going to be, let's say, there's going to be PvP. I think there's going to be Hutball, but we don't know.
It's a mystery.
Marcus is, yeah.
Yes, there's
Marcus is
going to be
going to-
Hutball. Marcus keeps claiming that there'll be opportunities to kill Max, so apparently I have some role in it, at least making that a possibility. You can try, but I think I will be on my Sork for that. I'm gonna tune up my Sork and have my immunity bubble, and then I'm gonna Sork teleport right out of there and leave the game and log out. I'm gonna bubble hearth is what I'm gonna do.
I might come on my Sork too and just run around and dot people up.
That's my main PvP character is a Madness Sork, just for that reason. You have a lot of defensive abilities and the ability to dot people up and run away, and I really like it. I did PvP with my my Marauder the other day, and apparently at the end of the match when I looked, I did a fair amount of damage. I was pretty good as far as that goes, but any melee in PvP is just not fun. I mean, if I'm on fire,
It's a lot of work.
I don't die very often on my Sork. I can do nearly top damage or top damage and not die, just in regular unranked. I don't play ranked. I'm not that good. But I'm able to, get behind a pillar, heal the full, and make them pay and whatnot relatively effectively. But a melee character, you got to jump right in there. You leap right in. You burst a bunch of damage out, and then you die because you are on the front line, and that's what happens. So it's tough. So that will be happening tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. That should be fun. That will be 8 p.m. Central Time, and that's open to everyone. It's an AIE hosted guild event. You have to be Imperial side because it's in our guild stronghold. But catch Marcus, catch us on Twitter, Twitch. We'll probably be streaming on Twitch. Maybe I'll stream it on Twitch, either on this channel or on the twitch.tv/AIE Guild channel. That's probably where I will stream it from, or someone will. Catch us on our Discord, aie-guild.org. Catch up with Marcus on all of the places, and jump in and come play with us. Just come hang out. We're going to have a good time. Do the observation droid, and you can just be cruising around watching other people play Hutball. It's a really cool effect inside there in that stronghold. Also, just a reminder, our guild blog has been on fire. So this SWTOR State of the Galaxy post is still up there. That went up about a week and a half ago. There's a post. I was amused by this. I didn't hear anybody talk about it. Where is it? AIE-guild.org. We have a spoiler channel, and we sort of set new guidance for the way the spoiler channels work. We'll have a spoiler channel for a little while, and then we'll take the spoiler channel away. So this was for Battle for Azeroth. We had a spoiler channel. So anyway, put together a post which said what that guidance was and how those spoiler channels would work and why it's okay to talk about spoilers on released content in game for any of the games. If you're in Star Wars and the chapters have already come out and you're at least a day into it and you've given everybody a little bit of a chance, we want to talk about the game while we're in the game. So we're going to allow that.
Right.
My main point in bringing this up, though, was I was very proud of my graphic, my banner at the top here that I created. Do you know what this is?
No.
Snape kills Dumbledore. That's what's happening. That's Snape killing Dumbledore.
Oh my gosh, that totally went over my head, which would be why I didn't comment on it.
Yeah, nobody met. I think nobody caught it. I thought that was like a perfect image for talking about spoiler chat and how it works.
Well, I mean,
look, there's the dark mark in the sky.
In my defense, I saw none of the Harry Potter movies.
This is just a graphic, but did you read the books though, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I did read the books.
Yeah, well,
I did read every single one of the books. I even slogged through the very last one.
But yeah, I was quite amused by the. Maybe it was too subtle, but I thought that was a perfect graphic for that. Spoiler chat.
And now I have to go back and look at it more closely.
So that is what we've got as far as guild news. Other than that, why don't you say hi to the chat room for us, Seema, and we will move on to our main event.
Yeah, shout out to the chat room who is being very flexible with us the last few weeks. We've been going back and forth between Tuesday and Wednesday because of reasons.
Or even
and
Thursday.
Also, yeah. Yep. What did I say?
Tuesday and Wednesday.
I meant Tuesday and Thursday.
I don't even know what day it is. Yeah.
Yes. I probably should not be drinking. Anyway, I'm not drinking. I wouldn't be drinking. Yeah, so shout out to the chat room. Thank you guys for coming and for keeping it interactive. It really helps, and we appreciate you.
Yes, thank you very much. We will do a drawing after the show as well. I still don't have the automatic drawing thing set up, but it's relatively straightforward still. We don't have 1,000 people in the chat room yet. And once we do, it'll be more of an issue, I guess.
Yeah, right.
So
right.
It'll be an issue. We'll work on it then. Okay.
That's a perfect procrastination recipe.
Kimval. Yeah. You get us to 1,000 live viewers in the chat room, and I will do 2 drawings. There you go. You got that going for you, which is nice. Kimval, what do you got for us? He's actually, the captions are on the screen. He's actually saying something here. Besides what he's supposed to be saying is, what are we doing here on Corellia still? Why have we done 3 weeks on Corellia and are we still not done? This is the last planet. Oh. And it's the planet where the rat ghouls are invading.
Yes, it is.
So here, while we're finishing our Sork stories, or I won't say finishing because maybe we won't finish. I'm not exactly positive.
Right. Right. Never say finish.
But this, so yeah, we could finish. We could do a rampage. Here we go.
I thought about doing a rampage on this character, but then I would just get too far ahead of you.
Well, yeah. I don't think there's any way to stop that. So when these plague bearers up here spawn, so as you're running around on the surface,
yeah,
there is a chance for one of these plague bearers to end up as a rare, and that's where I'm pretty sure that's where you get the white rackling. They drop as a drop off the rare plague bearers that show up there. Not this. We're not going to the spike. We got to go to the tram. We got to go to the monorail. Because we are going to Axial Park. Axial Park is a cool place. So it's the zoo on Corellia is situated in Axial Park. So that's where all of the zoo animals exhibits of all. Man, these plague bears are relentless. Frenzied plague bear, is that the rare one? I don't think so. Maybe. Let's see if he drops a rackling. What did he drop? Something. Pale rackling. Told ya. There it is.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's how you get it. Yeah. Galahard got it. Pale rackling. I'm gonna greed on it. What are you doing, Seema?
I greeted on it. I'm
I got
pretty
it.
sure I have it on another character.
I have it on another character too. It is one of the racklings. Remember to always have a rackling out when you're in the Rackle tunnels, just in case you come across the what's his name, the big one, the tunnel lurker.
Lurker.
Because there is an achievement if you kill the tunnel lurker with every single one of the possible racklings out each time you kill the tunnel lurker. I think there's 7 racklings you can get. Okay, we're going to Axial Park, by the way. I think I already said that, but so always just have one out that you haven't gotten the achievement with yet, so that you can be working towards that meta achievement. I only have 6 of the 7 racklings though, so I couldn't even finish it if I wanted, because
you're missing the one that drops from Isla's, right?
Yes, that's the one I'm missing. Every once in a while, I think I should just get every single one of my characters out and camp. You know, just hang out in there and jump in random groups and kill Eyeless on all of my characters for more chances, but that's effort.
Yeah, right.
It's just such a rare drop, and then to
It's-
tie a meta achievement.
It's not
to a
only
rare
effort;
drop.
it's a lot of time waiting, which
Yeah.
it's hard to get the patience for that.
Patience, as Obi-Wan said in some movie. But I want to go to Tashi Station. Shut up, Luke. Okay. We need to go talk to Major Ilun. Apparently I decided to ride a my Gorfa Bantha.
It's a very sophisticated.
It's an elegant mount
Mode
for a more
of
civilized
transport.
time.
Yes, for Ecumenopolis.
Yes.
I did that well, huh?
Ecumenopolis.
Yeah.
Scrawl. So this is, you know what we're by? We're by Toxin. Scrawl here is
Oh.
a named champion. You can get a fair amount of CXP for just camping and killing Scrawl over and over again. It just sits there. It's just a champion mob. And this is where Toxin spawns, right here.
Yep.
And you need to put your back against this wall because Toxin's got a knockback. But Toxin is not here at the moment. Toxin isn't here right now, Mrs. Torrance. Did you get that reference? It's
No.
Mrs. Torrance, Danny Torrance, Shining.
Oh.
Danny isn't here right now, Mrs. Torrance. Red rum.
Red rum. I would have gotten that.
Red rum. There you go. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna.
That was
bash your
such a
head
scary
in.
book. Oh my gosh.
Here's Johnny. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Can you shine? I just think of The Simpsons too much when I think of that though. The shinning. What am I doing here? To the left, down here. Here we go. Let's talk to Major Ilun. We're getting close to the end here because the title of this quest is Fatal Blow. Unless there's like and then the 5 blows after the fatal blow. I don't know.
No, it'll be in order to make the fatal blow, you have to save the following people and collect the following things. And
Yeah, I'll say. What do you got for me, bud?
My lord, unbelievable. I never expected to see you again.
He deserves a shocking for that. I'm sure you don't remember, but I do, or lie, I remember, or sorry.
You're right. I don't.
Major Illan. Well, I was Captain Illan then, wasn't I? Served under Major Bessica. He got what he deserved, if you recall. After Balmoral was secured, they transferred me to the Sulist sector.
Did I kill
And
him?
when the war broke out, they sent me here.
Probably.
What can I do for you? We don't have much, but what we do have is yours.
I'm at war with Thanaton. Let's do
I
this.
need help invading Thanaton's base.
Easier said than done.
uh-oh, there's some people
really?
coming.
Really, you're gonna have a bad day there. Whoa, that was a silent takedown.
Yeah, it
Getting
was.
clobbered, but we're expecting reinforcements.
So we're
When they
watching
arrive,
some
I should be able to form an assault
Republic
squad for you.
scum
Republic
In-
soldiers incoming.
invading the base. Ooh, that dude just got shot down. But this guy's gonna last like 5 seconds.
I'm glad he stopped shooting
Yeah, just
when he
yeah.
got here.
As soon as you see a Sith in front of you, then just wait just until to see what they do. That's always the best move. Oh, they're dead.
Your help made all the difference, my lord, but I don't know how long we can hold this position. We've been losing
Chicken
soldiers
Islands.
as fast as we can replace them, but if you need the Empire's finest, we're there for you.
Mm-hmm.
I
I'm
am
thinking, I
fine.
don't know if I need you
Anything I
guys.
can do to help, my lord. Once you're inside Thanaton's base, use this signaler, and I'll send my men the order to attack.
Get to the Museum of Corellian Industry. The museum is
When
another
are they
cool
gonna?
place.
When are they going to actually attack?
Yeah, can you just get to it, if you know what I mean? The museum on Corellia is where you get the red crystal.
No, I'm just saying this plan is kind of sketch. It's like, yeah, when you get there, we'll attack. But
Yeah, it's also
For what?
it's also when you get there and when you do all the work, getting all the way there and clearing the base, getting inside there, and you're already done with everything, then blow this whistle and we'll show up.
that is the hero story.
You do know how to whistle, don't you?
Oh my god.
Ask your great grandparents that reference there, kids. So here, what was I saying? Oh yeah, in the museum is where you get the red crystal, which you need for the +10 datacron on the fleet. That crystal is the crystal you plug into the side of the platform, which allows you to. It's the one you use outside in the museum, and I think it either opens. I think it opens up the one force field on the side, or it opens up the ability to shoot the blast door open. One of the two things, just before you even get into to the bridge that takes 3 people to open it up. You need that crystal to plug into the side of the base of one of the exhibits outside in the museum. Okay, we're going into an instanced area. So what are we supposed to do in here inside the museum? We're hanging out. There's droids. I'm wiring up a bomb. Is that a bomb? I think I just rigged a bomb.
Or your lightsaber did.
I think I just shot a rocket launcher inside the building. Here's some Sith apprentice or somebody that I think that I need to fight. Are these guys my guys or yeah, they must be my guys because the bad guy is shocking them. Ooh, and he just pushed him hard into the wall. Thanaton Sith loyalist. And he's just a, he's just a strong. I kill him in like 2 seconds. This is what you send after me? Bonus, defeat 20 Thanaton's forces. Get to it, Kemval. I'm just gonna shoot everything in here. Lightning storm, lightning storm. Why are these guys not dead yet? I should set Kemval to damage, shouldn't I?
Yes. Yes, you should.
More Thanaton soldiers. Whoa, that dude just force pulled me. Lightning storm, lightning storm, lightning storm. My rotation is F4, 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 F4. And so they're all dead. So I always lay out my bars. Actually, you can see it on the screen. I do the one key through the 0 key and the minus and equal sign, and I do the F1 through F12, and I put all my abilities on those bars. I do not keybind abilities in any game to the keyboard outside of. So if I can't do it with 24 keys, my rotation doesn't work with 24 keys, then I click with my mouse for anything
Change
extra.
games.
Yeah,
Yes.
then I rage quit. First I rage quit. Then I write a sternly worded post on Reddit. Then I call the developers on the telephone. Where are we
So
going?
I read a little bit. It was a very brief article, but speaking of your rotation, about Amazon Studios. They've been working for a few years now on a MMO.
Amazon?
Yes, they have a gaming studio in like San Diego, I want to say. And yeah, it's called New World. It takes place in a sort of 17th, no, earlier than that, Middle Ages type Earth type setting, but it's a fantasy setting. It's like it's like on Earth, but a continent that doesn't exist, something like that. So there is magic and sorcery but also melee fighters.
Is there
and
shopping? I bet there's shopping.
Yes, there's shopping and crafting but you made me think of it because of the rotation comment, because it's not the combat's not a tab target style combat. It's I don't know what I call more of an action RPG combat where you where you aim and all that stuff. But the people who reviewed it got to play it a little bit, and it's early stages for it still, but they said it was pretty intuitive how it worked. But ever since they bought that studio or opened that studio or whatever in San Diego, I've been curious about what they were going to do with it.
Oh, here's Thanaton. Defense Protocol 6, which is a robot. Is this like Titan 6? Yeah, I did not know that. I didn't know they owned a studio. That is pretty interesting. I'm surprised though. Why would they be in that business?
I think because they want to be in every business.
Well, but they want. I don't think they want to be in any business. They just want every business to be in them. Would be my sort of interpretation of the Amazon strategy, which is I want a cut of every financial transaction of any kind, anywhere in the world. All right, somebody's calling me on my telephone. Who is calling me? This was not. I did not kill Thanaton yet.
Lord, heavy fire.
Pyron.
Help.
Help.
Republic forces. Defense is weakened. Reckless disregard. Imperial behavior.
You're breaking up.
What's going on? I can't hear you.
Public surprise attack. Need help. Hurry.
Rescue Moff Pyron. That's our next step. Do we have to? All right, so let's look at where Moff Pyron is. Maybe we can just quick travel out of here. We have to go to the government district. Is that another tram ride? That is. So let's quick travel back to Axial Park South.
Okay.
And then we will do a tram ride to the government district. And we will rescue Moff Pyron. And that may be it for tonight. And then we may have one more night on Corellia before we are done with Chapter 3. And
We just love Corellia, so we're trying to extend.
I'm going to have to come up with another Corellia pun for next week, aren't I? Monorail. It does hover. So it's not really on a rail. It's like a hover.
They did say that New World is going to have deep Twitch integration, which makes perfect sense.
I would expect. But
No less.
what is...
And
I mean, how
they'll
how deep can
have
it be?
things like, I don't know, Twitch, like LED events, like you can be in. Yeah,
So
yeah.
so
like you
Sir Galahad joked in the
could be a
chat room.
streamer and
2-day free delivery with your magic wand, for crafting or whatever. I do wonder if I'm Amazon Prime, I would love a free subscription. Maybe that's not going to happen. I could see that not happening, but they're throwing so much into Prime these days. That would be pretty cool. Now, Black Hole, that's on Corellia, right? Yeah. Black Hole is on Corellia. If you do the Black Hole dailies, that still gives you credit for Corellia Rampage, does it not? I think it does. SEMA. I think SEMA might have temporarily muted. So Black Hole is I do like Black Hole as a daily area. So another good thing about Corellia, when you get off your ship and you're on the station, you can, or you're just looking at galactic map. So here, which is Shift M for the galactic map. When you go here and you click on Corellia, you can go directly to Black Hole when you're just doing your Corellia galactic map. Doing the Black Hole dailies is an awesome way to get the Black Hole dailies, and weekly is an awesome way to get Command XP and regular experience and all of that, because it's relatively tight area. It's very good. The dailies and the weeklies are a good amount of rewards, and this week combining it with rampages and getting your conquest done that way, that seems really efficient. So I might do that tomorrow as well. Okay. Let's pop in here. And let's see what we got. What are we doing here? We are going to rescue Moff Pyron. Well, I don't have to kill these guys, so I'm going to skip them. Also because I just saw in my notifications that SEMA has temporarily lost internet connection, so without SEMA to carry me, I will try to avoid some of these mobs. See, now you see how terrible I am, and it's actually SEMA doing all the work. It's only 20 for the bonus though, so that tells you about how many that you're going to have to fight through. And I just skipped past about 10 in the lobby that I'm just ignoring. And I'm going to ignore all those guys on the left too. Come down here, fight this Cannoneer and Rifleman. Hello, Rifleman. Ooh, the Rifleman. There's a reference. Corellia Rampage Part 1. There's some conquest points. Good times. That's not what I meant to do. Lucky I didn't aggro that other group up on top. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to rescue Moff Pyron. Let's hear what he has to say. What's up, Moff?
How can a Dark Council member just disappear?
Disappear? What are you talking about?
What do you mean he's disappeared?
He's just gone. I've got every analyst in my command on it. I'm calling in favors with Imperial intelligence.
As I suspected, you don't have the power to defend your own. Half measures count for nothing in the Kagath. Now, see if you can finish what you've started. The show will be at the Government Plaza. Everyone will be there. Don't miss it.
Oh, I so want to force choke that guy. Okay, so it seems like the final showdown is in the audience chamber. It's called The Duel is what I'm up to. Go to the audience chamber in the Government Plaza and finish the duel. Let's read the text for Zen. Having struck at Thanaton's headquarters, you find that Darth Thanaton has his own plans for ending the Kagath. Darth Thanaton has issued the final showdown at the audience chamber in the government district. Meet him there and face him. Okay, so we will wrap up for this week and save the final showdown and the duel and the completion of Chapter 3 and the completion really of our Sork story, although we may continue on with these Sorks a little bit into what comes next, which is a little bit on Ilum, and then we get to the Makeb story, and then we get to the Shadow of Revan story, and then we get to Knights of the Fallen Empire and Knights of the Eternal Throne, and we throw Ziost in there somewhere. We throw Iokath in there somewhere. And there's a whole lot of content. That's what you get with this game. So that is very cool. So yes, we are very close to the end. And with that, I think we'll shove our EPC 255, EPC 255. Are you there, buddy? Yep, he is there, ready to go, out in airlock to broadcast this episode to all of you. Please keep up with us on Twitter, @MaxTheGray and @AIESEMA. And if you know any cool people that should be playing the game with us, especially on things like our monthly guild event, which is tomorrow night, remember, at 8 p.m. Central on the Starforge server. Catch us on Twitter, @MaxTheGray and @AIESEMA, as I said, or catch Marcus on Twitter, or find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/New Overlords, where we broadcast usually on Tuesdays, sometimes on Thursday nights, or find us on YouTube/New Overlords, or find us on, there's even a AIE SWTOR page on Facebook and Google+, but mostly just go to AIE-guild.org, where you can find the link to our Discord. You can catch us in there. You can catch any of the officers, really for any of the games, because we cross all of those games. We can get you in the guild. We can get you in to check us out. We can get you into our guild stronghold for the fun PvP event tomorrow night, which is mostly just going to be casual fun, goofing off with Hutball. So come join us. And we will talk to you soon. Later, everyone.